All right, welcome back. We got the Mystery Tackle Box Pro for April of 2017. If you're not familiar with Mystery Tackle Box, it's a subscription-based company. You send them $15 a month. They send you a box of tackle worth something more than that. This is an upgraded box. It's the Pro Box, the black box here. Includes some extra baits, usually more premium baits, hard baits, full packs of soft plastics and terminal tackle. It's an extra $10, so $24.99 I believe is what it comes out to. And in my experience so far, it's been worth the extra for the upgrade. So let's crack this thing open and see what we got going on. Excuse me. Alright. First up, what's in the box? Alright. Interesting. All right, first up from IMA, we've got a Square Bill. Pretty good looking little bait. One of my favorite lures for mid-level cranking is an IMA Pin Jack 200. This is a little bit smaller body, and it's a circuit boardlet Square Bill. This looks like red craw, Delta Fire craw. So springtime, good color. I actually know exactly where I'm going to throw this tomorrow. So, Japanese-made bait, good sharp, sticky sharp hooks on it. Real good detail on the body. Cool paint job, and I haven't torn one of these things up yet. I've lost a couple of them in the past, or the Pin Jacks anyway. But this should be a good little bait. 3/8 of an ounce, fairly compact body. This thing should chuck a mile. Cool. So that is the Square Bill from IMA, and that is in Delta Fire craw. All right, next up from Strike Pro, get the Montero. I'm looking for something in this color. Sweet. All right, so the Montero is a suspending jerkbait. This looks like a 110 size. Yep, 110. So the Montero 110 weighs a ½ ounce. Good rattles in it. I'm trying to remember what hooks these guys use. Unless they use Kitanas, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's got a, you can kind of see through the bait here. You've got a couple ball bearings up here that add to the rattle. On the cast, these ball bearings will roll all the way back here into the tail, which will help this thing cast. It should cast tail forward, and should help it carry really well. So for the clear water around here, especially Lake Mojave, with the smallmouth, this bright pink belly will really get their attention. They'll come from a long, long way to smoke this thing. So white, solid white on the top, solid pink, hot pink on the bottom, and then kind of a translucent white down the side. Really good color. Triple hook, which is nice, helps your hookup ratio, and improves the chances you'll get multiple hooks stuck in the fish and get them back to the boat. This looks like a fairly shallow runner. I would anticipate this thing will run about 4 feet. Weighs ½ ounce. This thing should absolutely cast a mile. So that is the Montero 110 suspending from Strike Pro, and we're looking forward to throwing that a little bit. All right, next up from Stan Sloan's Zorro Baits, the Bango Blade. Okay. So this is a 3/8 ounce spinnerbait. It looks like they make a couple different versions of this just based on what's on the package. But for the most part, just a white chartreuse and white spinnerbait. Always a good color. Got a little extra wedge down here at the bottom. I'm not quite sure what that's for. According to the package, they make a rattling version of this as well. But this is just a nice 3/8 ounce spinnerbait. Gold willow leaf and nickel Colorado blade. So get a little bit of thump from the Colorado blade, good bit of flash from the willow leaf. More of a stained watercolor, which I don't really have around here for the most part, but I've had great luck even in the crystal clear water around here, even still with a gold blade. So it does have a trailer keeper. If you want to throw this with a trailer, it's a fairly minimal skirt, so throw in something like a fluke or something on the back of this just to get a little bit bigger profile. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. But that is the Bango blade from Stan Sloan's Zorro baits. Not bad. Excuse me, not a bad spin bait. All right, next up from Cabin Creek Baits, got the Salty Lizard. Kind of a cool looking design. All right, so as we come up on the spring and the bass start to bed, lizards really start to work well. Caught a couple this last week, throwing a Strike King Rage Lizard. This is just a real basic lizard from Cabin Creek Baits. I like the color. I'm not quite sure what they're calling it, but it's the body itself is a smoke color, and it's got black and purple flake through it. Just a real simple curl tail here on the end, and then the legs of the bait are a reverse curl, and then they've got individual little toes on the end of the feet just to give it a little extra action. So pretty cool looking little bait. 6-inch lizard. And it's from Cabin Creek Baits. Not much scent to it, which is kind of unusual for these guys. They usually have a kind of a fruity scent to them. I've had really good luck with Cabin Creek Baits over the last couple years, so look forward to throwing that a little bit. That's a Mystery Tackle Box sample 5-pack there. Right, next up from CatchCo. Oh my, this is awesome. Okay, this is the Flicker Worm. So this is basically a copy of, or very similar to one of my all-time favorite bass baits, which was the coontail worm made by Fish Hog. This is a little bit different color. Not sure what they're calling this color, but it's watermelon seed on the top. It's got a little bit of a pearl transition area, and then it's an orange on the bottom. I typically throw these worms like this on a drop shot, but they work very, very well on a shaky head also. The one difference in this one, I don't know how it's going to be compared to the ones I normally use, to the Fish Hog or the Big Bite Baits ones. But the Fish Hog and Big Bite Baits versions of this worm, this piece right here is actually made out of a different plastic that floats. So, you know, especially on a shaky head, this part will be down on the bottom with the jig head, and then the tail will be sticking up in the water column, just shaking like crazy. Also makes it good on a drop shot because it'll pull the worm out horizontal. But pretty sweet bait. I anticipate catching numerous fish on this over the next couple days. So that is from CatchCo. That is the Flicker Worm, and according to the card here, it is both a new product and this is an exclusive color to Mystery Tackle Box. So, right, next up from Cool Baits Lure Company, got the Down Under Underspin.
Sorry, I didn't understand the question I heard.
Alexa had to get her 2 cents in. All right, so from Cool Baits Lure Company, got the Down Under.
I can't find the answer to the question I heard.
So it's just a real basic underspin. I think this is the little tiny one. This looks like it's probably the 3/16. But just nothing real fancy. Bare lead jig head. It's got a nice wire keeper to it, which I like, and a little bit of throat covering the initial lead into the swivel. Decent eye on it, just a real basic underspin, and but it looks to be fairly high quality. Nothing magic about it. Fairly small hook, but a fairly small underspin. And to go with that, also from the Cool Baits Lure Company, is trailers. So they're actually advertising it. So you use this as a trailer or a drop shot worm. I'll go ahead and pull this apart and rig this. So we got our little lure there. Pulling these trailers out. Bottom will release on these. And it's just real simple. Run the hook down the middle of the bait. Figure out about where it's going to come out. Push it out and then push it up over this wire keeper. Yeah, I've threaded it a little bit too far on, it looks like. That'll work out. So now we got our underspin and just a real small, simple trailer on this. This trailer would actually also probably work fairly well on that spinnerbait, just to give it a little bit of a tail. Probably just nose hook this on the spinnerbait to give it a little bit of a tail. And then this can be also used on a drop shot, just to imitate some minnow. So not just for bass in that regard. If you can find crappie or something like that and you're like suspended, you can drop a smaller bait like this trailer down in front of them, and they'll definitely eat it. So it looks like a little minnow. But that is the trailers from the Cool Baits Lure Company. I'm a real stickler for making sure baits like this are rigged straight. If they're not, it'll cause the bait to spin on the retrieve. It'll kind of screw up the action of it, and it'll twist your line up real bad. So there we go, got it nice and straight this way and nice and straight this way. There's a little split in the plastic there. I'll probably put a drop of Mended on it to lock that in. And that was actually caused by me taking the trailer off around the keeper. So there is the down under underspin and the trailers from Cool Baits Lure Company. And it was a 5-pack of the trailers. Alright, some decent baits this month. That's all the baits in the box. Got a little plug for their YouTube channel on the back side here, basically showing you how to, between Gene Jensen and Justin Rackley, they do a pretty good job of getting some videos out there on how to rig these different baits and how to fish them. So let's see, also in the box we got this month's sticker. Kind of a cool looking sticker. Sign up for MTB mobile alerts, and then follow us on Snapchat. And then we got this month's Dibble Digest. So nighttime fishing tips, pond appreciation, targeting smallmouth versus largemouth, and then fish slang. So just some good light bathroom reading. That's everything in the box this month. So if you liked the video, hey, give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends. You can go back through my videos over the last couple years of me doing numerous mystery tackle box unboxings. Just get an idea of the kind of baits you can expect each month. I just went through a very significant change in my life. What it means for my channel is there will be a lot more of me fishing, a lot more on the water, and I'll just kind of be trickling those videos out as they come, as I can get them edited. But a lot more time on the water, which may mean a lot less time editing. But I'll do what I can to keep the content coming. Till next time, cheers and tight lines.